Hey, welcome back to our video series highlighting our James Webb Space Telescope exhibit, Unfolding the Universe, that opens this month, and we'll take a look at some things going on in the night sky as well. If you do have an opportunity to see our exhibit about this amazing space telescope, not only are you going to see the lovely images that have come out so far this year and last year, but also we're going to highlight the engineering it took to build an observatory that sits 1 million miles from Earth using infrared light to see the most distant and most interesting places in our universe. To do that, engineers had to build a large light gathering area made up of 18 hexagonal mirrors. Now you may wonder, why do you use individual mirrors instead of one large one like the Hubble Space Telescope? And the reason is because it's easier to build something larger with smaller mirrors that can be actuated and moved to form one cohesive unit. That's how some of the largest telescopes on Earth are being built these days. Unlike Hubble and some other telescopes with one mirror, it's harder to produce a mirror that size. They get really heavy, they're very costly. So making smaller mirrors added together can create the same effect. Now you may also wonder, why to use a hexagon? Well, you can't put a whole bunch of circles together, they don't fit nicely. Squares could work too, or triangles, but a hexagon is closest to a circle out of those three shapes. Those are the three shapes in nature that can tile together into one shape. You can see in beehives, in crystalline structures, even in snowflakes. It's something that you just find in nature in interesting ways. So we have these hexagonal mirrors. They're covered in gold because gold is a really good reflector of infrared light. It's astounding the very little gold that was needed to spread across a 270 square foot area of the mirror surfaces. Now, this gold is only about 100 nanometers thick, about 600 atoms thick, and it's about equivalent of 48 grams of material. For reference, that's about the same mass of a golf ball, or about 5 standard golden wedding rings. And this gold was carefully laid down over the beryllium that these mirrors are made of. Beryllium is a very lightweight metal that can operate really well in a wide range of temperatures. So our exhibit will highlight these mirrors in a really interesting and immersive way that I think you will enjoy. If you're heading outside this month in May, you can expect to see more of those springtime stars and constellations in our sky. You can see a little bit of those leftover wintertime objects like Orion or Sirius, the brightest star in the sky, starting to set in the west. But Leo the Lion, Virgo the Maiden, Bootes the Herdsman with the bright star Arcturus, and the Big Dipper are great at this time of the year, so check them out. For planets in the early evening, you may have been seeing Venus shining really bright, like a bright non-twinkling star. Venus has been also getting closer to Mars each night as well, so you're seeing them kind of bridge that gap closer and closer. And in the early morning, we've had some time to see Saturn in the sky, but also Mercury and Jupiter are on the rise as well. You're going to see them a little bit more and more rise above that eastern horizon. So we have a good mix of some planets in the evening and the morning, and some lovely springtime constellations as we get closer and closer to the summer. And those summer stars are just getting closer for us to see as they start to rise in the late hours of the night.